And then those are the trees you had to clear, like down there. Which way did you take off?
We would take off down that way.
Oh, down that way.
And those were the trees that we had to clear down there.
I thought you pointed out.
There was times when we came terribly, terribly close to those trees. Yeah.
Actually, if you went on that industrial estate, some of the roads are still a part of the runway.
Yeah, in particular this group, we see the black building there, and then the sort of the light colored with the red.
Well, where was the control tower?
Well, I think the control tower now is behind some of these buildings here. Behind some of these buildings, they must have been built out around.
Yeah. There's no control tower there now.
There isn't?
No.
Oh.
There's nothing there now.
Did they take that down? Tear that down?
That's been. We can go and have a look around. We can ride around there, but that farthermost building on your left, this way, the tin roof, is Aquafiber, where they make fiberglass boats and hulls. I used to work for that company. And the red building that you see with the red roof, a brick building with a red roof, the second one, not the adjacent to that tin roof, that is the office of
Colonel Shard had his little Pete right here, about in this corner here. This row of trees here was not here at the time. That row of trees wasn't there. And then the perimeter taxi strip would come up beyond those trees and come around this way and continue on out to the left, and we go up there possibly 150 to 200 yards before we would park, and we probably there's probably some of the buildings down there that would be on some of the parking areas, but all of the 24s when they were parked were down here to the left. They were all down here to the left, and the taxi strip continued on around, and really the taxi strip went the whole way around this area here. But the takeoff mostly was from over. You see where the void in the trees are over there, about where that car is coming up there now, and then we'd line up and we'd come down this way here, going out through here. Now, not many of those were trees at that time. They could have been small, but not many were trees, because we went off the end of the field many times, and that's where I got chewed out one night. I was off the field and had braked my wheels and settled back down, and Colonel saw the dust fly, and they got me on the carpet next morning, or that evening. But the bomb dump was down in that lower end down in there, down in that section, sort of toward where the smoke is now. And they would bring all the bombs up here and load them down there. But there was one day when, in fact, the day that the Germans followed the planes back in, they had got a couple of them, and one crashed into a section of the bomb dump. And,
oh my gosh!
It wasn't too terrible bad.
Point out like that and let your family look, and I'll take a photograph of the if you're together.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Dad, I went like
Wait a minute. You want to turn around. Oh, here. His little Pete. That was the P-47.
Oh, okay.
We call it Little Pete. And he would always taxi it right up here and stop right there. That way he didn't have to walk very far.
Oh, yeah.
But it was always parked right there in front of the control tower. And then there was a row of steel rail around the top of that building. And
yeah, that's what I was looking for.
yeah, there was a lot of fellows would go up there and watch, and they would count, because we would come in over the field on our return, and we'd make a big circle, and anyone who was hurt on board, or anyone who had an engine out or anything like that, they would drop out and land first. And then the rest of the planes, as they would go around, as they'd be going down that way, and they'd start peeling off and coming in to land in.
Okay.
So we every 10 seconds they would peel out of formation, but it would turn out to be about 20 seconds till they would touch down. But
and then take off, about how quickly were they?
well, every 15 seconds we were supposed to see. We would taxi out, and that whole taxi strip would be solid with planes for takeoff. And the first plane would take off, comes roaring down through this way here, and every 15 seconds we would move up, and as soon as he started, you would go out and turn in place and run your engines way up and let her go.
Was this whole area then like the whole field of
Just
runway
Just strips, yeah. Yeah. There was a big taxi area up this way where you taxi your planes back, and then they had those little hard stands where you would go out, and over here was like a clover leaf, and here was the one, and over here was one. So you would take it out and you would turn it around and you'd park it there, and then the other fellow would come in and he'd park his there, and this guy, if he made it back, would park his here, and then everyone had a special place. But there was only, and right now I can't really see a light in the dark. I see it because of the sunshine, but for a long time you could see a very light when the growth of the plants would be light, and that's where the cement still was breaking up.
Okay.
And but you had a runway going down that way, and you had a runway coming across this way.
Well, then when you would have missions to Germany, you would take off this way. Which direction?
Well, you would take off and you would go up, and you go up, and you go up.
But which
you didn't
direction
go. Well, we would head off in that direction.
In that direction.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. But you went off, and then you flew out, and you would keep coming back and around and around and around, getting height all the time. You'd go up to maybe 8,000, 9,000 feet before you joined up with the group. And then they would go, and then gradually as they went, they would gradually increase in height.
Practically, you can say the whole American Air Force everything. And some of them use the uniform that they had 50 years ago. It looked as if they had